Hello, I'm Soap, and today I'm going to be watching the Monsterverse gameplay trailer. I didn't expect it to be this long, but let's just get straight into this. Okay, I've got to say I really love the eerie vibe to the beginning of this trailer. Oh, looking at graves interesting, because we're like dead, right? So that's probably our grave.
You finally arrived. I thought that funeral of yours was never going to end.
It's kind of funny that the voice actor for Poppy is the same voice actor for Skella, but also she's a bit rude about us being dead. Like, didn't she go through the same thing? I don't mean rude, I mean like nonchalant. Also, I never realized like the chunks out of her body before and you can see all her bones. I find this all like very cool. I assume we'll have lots of cool like customizable like body pieces. I'm not sure if that made sense, but yeah.
Here, I got you this eye ghost. You can thank me later.
So obviously our new UI is on a phone. I find it weird that they call it an iGhost because it's still a phone. The I part is just part of a brand which wouldn't exist. But whatever, that's a bit nitpicky. The only thing notable on the iGhost is probably quests. So it looks like we'll be getting quests as a way of making money, a lot like Royal High.
Where you can choose your preferred body type. Available in many sizes.
A little side tangent, but I am only going to talk about a few things in this trailer because it's so long. And a lot of the things are a bit given, like how dress up works, and parts of the map, I'll say, wow, it's beautiful once, but like, we know that. So anyways, I think the most notable things about the dress up is that you can change your height, there's different body sizes, so there's actually plus size options for once. Royal High should take some notes. You can also change your height, which is cool, and you can change your size as well.
Monster Parts is where you can pick which ghoul type you want to represent on your avatar.
I'm also most hyped about the monster parts, so you can just like be different origins and stuff, which I think is really cool.
We also have customizable faces where you can mix and match different parts to create the perfect look.
I'm also glad that they have custom faces because I would have crashed out if I had to choose from faces.
You can create many outfits using items from different categories.
Okay, I'm so glad that you can layer. For a second I thought that you couldn't.
Welcome to Eerie High. Here is where ghouls study to become fabulous monsters.
Eerie High is such a good name. I feel like I like it because it's not the same as the name of the game. Because Royal High's school is called Royal High, which is like, imagine being in a magical universe and you choose Royal High as the name of your school. Also, I must say it looks gorgeous. It kind of reminds me of Campus 3 vibes, but like much better looking. I'm aware that dragons are like the gods of the universe, which is why there's a statue. I also like the statue because it reminds me of the one in the old Campus 4. I'm using references to Royal High, not because I think this is a copy of Royal High, it's definitely not, just because that's probably my favourite game. The whole map of the game looks gorgeous, but I'm not going to comment on it further because there's a lot of just shots of the school. I also like how we're dressed as ghouls, which is an obvious reference to Monster High. To be fair, I do need to brush up on my Monster High lore.
Cafeteria. The place where ghouls can have a snack before going to class.
I really like how different areas have like different vibes, so it's not all just the same colour palette like in Royal High, which is all like pink. Also, I have a feeling you can make stuff when you can actually like cook stuff. Later in the trailer it does like show them baking stuff, but it says it's developmental build, not indicative of the final content, so maybe this cooking is just part of showcasing food and we might not actually be able to cook like this, but I don't know.
Cause we're going to the big city. Welcome to Hollywood!
It's nice to know that we kind of have different realms like in Royal High, and this is kind of Monsterverse's version of Earth. But also it seems like a reference to New York. It might not be, like I said, I haven't watched Monster High in a long time. Hollywood is kind of giving Sunset Island, but way better. Also this reminds me of something Showdown, I forgot what it's called, from Dress to Impress. I don't play Dress to Impress, but I assume that the gameplay would be like that.
I think it's time we teach you some combat skills.
Combat in dress-up games is so hype, but I just realised I'm awful at it, so I'm gonna be absolutely cooked, because I was playing the new Mermaid Doll update, which just had a combat update, and I was really bad, like it was horrendous.
Welcome to Vampire Manor.
Like I said earlier, I really like the areas that are like in different like colour themes to the main areas, because like the main school is like kind of purple, the cafeteria is like cream and greens, and this is all like red and black, so I really like the contrasts in different areas. But also, how come the vampires are the only ones who get manners? What about all the other origins and stuff?
I've been told this place has a lot of dark secrets.
Dark secrets? I'm all about this. So I probably am planning to do some lore videos on Monsterverse because I've been doing it for Royal High and for Mermaid Isle. So I'm very excited for this because he seems very dungeon coded from Royal High, obviously, and there's very much lore in here. I know I said I wouldn't comment on the map that much, but like, look at this library. If you know me, I love a good in-game library, and they robbed us in Royal High by taking away our good library from Campus 4.2, so I'm so glad that there's beautiful looking library in Monsterverse.
What's happening?
I have a very strong feeling that this is a story mode kind of situation, kind of like if you're a Dress to Impress player, like the Halloween quest, because it was very much giving the lean on boss fight. But yeah, it's nice to see other NPCs. That's it for the trailer. I was actually expecting a release date because they said October in the last one, so I was expecting a more specific date, but I'm gonna predict that it comes out around Halloween. So yeah, I cut out a lot of this trailer, so if you want to see the full trailer, it's linked at the end of my video. So yeah, thanks for watching, please like and subscribe.